Hello, collective of Cold Fire Tarot. First off, I would really like to tell everybody to take care because there is a bout of spiritual sickness that's coming up, and it's definitely been inflicted, it's purposely done. As I was picking up the cards, the set of cards from that table there to here, this card fell to the floor. I do feel that somebody has uh, spooked. The words that came out is spooked, but spooked. They've spooked some sort of entity around in your home. So you might want to do some sort of very basic and light cleansing ritual, and also there are some things that you need to say or discuss about certain topics, all right, with people. So if you want to have any sort of spiritual discussion, find a new tribe, you might want to do it. Find a new set of people to work with. Okay, let's see what more do we have. Okay, there is a lot of trapped mental energy. This person is extremely depressed and anxious. Depressed because they see something that they've done in their past, and so this is past life karma possibly, or karma from this lifetime that they've created because of, and I feel a very intense burning sensation in my uh, in my uh, in my forehead, right here at the corners, and it's going within as well. So this is a classic third eye activity happening, but somebody doesn't want you to see something because they know that you have abilities to see the truth. What they don't understand is that you've already seen whatever it is, and it's they are they just want to stop you from seeing something. There is a dark magician who's disturbing the energy field. The dark entities around you, they're spooking the energy and making it like it's like poking the beast, the dark entity, and hoping that they can activate this dark energy and entity around you, and in order to spook you, and they can just escape and run away and hide forever away from you. This person really wants to run away from you. um, Okay, and possibly your person as well. They want to run away from them. They are hiding the fact that they have a family. They are hiding their actual status. They might come from a really impoverished backgrounds, and they currently might be impoverished and might be living off of charity, and they're getting a chance to move overseas, to literally overseas, like to a very big city, and they're just hoping that they can spook this entity into speak, not speak, spook this entity around you. Okay, just spook it and leave. It's coming up from a place of that door just the door to my room just opened. It does that. I'm not saying it doesn't. Look at that. Yes, they are going to be physically moving away, okay? They are leaving. They're definitely leaving. And they've got some massive addictions, all right? They're massive addictions, and they they cannot think straight now beyond that addiction and obsessions. They're addicted to hustling and getting that money. So that is how they show up. They show up very obviously in that, very, this is somebody who wants to get training, okay, they want to get groomed, and they want to go there, go step whenever they step outside, like outside, literally, like out, just even in the house, like even if they're stepping outside the uh, into the living room from the room, or wherever they're going to be seen, like in a public light, this person wants to make sure that every single thing that they speak or that they do, they will get some sort of monetary exchange, and they're heavily and severely addicted to money. So these people can be bought, okay? These people can literally be bought to do any sort of bidding, to do any sort of bidding, okay? And let's see, let's get more on this energy. I know this is a little negative, okay? This read is a little negative, but if you think about it as educational content, like, something that is telling you more, like, there's somebody who was talking about this to you. Just listen to it as me sharing my experience about these people. Okay, so in that way you can keep it external to yourself. There is somebody who has a lot of money, okay? They have inherited. I'm hearing bad deeds. So this person might be in the business of, or in the trade of, or in has been a part of the family or the community, or their upbringing was such that they stole what didn't belong to them, in spite of the fact that it was given to them to take care of, okay? So let's say this is a wealth manager, comes from a family of wealth managers, several generations, like they have been wealth managers, and it's traceable over the last 300 years, okay? So this person, like, is a very corrupt individual, and they are at the core of this. And now you can switch around the details according to you. They don't have to have that sort of designation or job, all right? This is another individual showing up, okay? The one that is running away was actually funded by this individual. This corrupt individual is a very big problem, okay? Very, very big problem at the moment. And why they're a very big problem is because it's the King of Pentacles comes with an energy of stability. So even if they were doing something corrupt earlier, it had a sense of stability. But now, this King of Pentacles, I sense the energy has lost its grip on reality, on what is factual reality, like what is right and what is wrong. Like, they they have gotten obsessed with the fact that they have so much wealth to play around with, so many resources to play around with. And so what has happened in turn is, like, this person has become so damaged with the greed and the hoarding. Look at this. Like, doesn't he look like a hoarder? Like, we don't, unless and until we look really close, we can't see. Like, he's collected so much, he's wearing all of it, and he's sitting on it, like, and I, you don't even know where the lines of the material end, and where is the human being? His shape is also all like stuffed up, like, with hoarded wealth. Okay, so while they had a grip on things, everything was fine. Okay, but now suddenly they've lost their grip because there is some sort of there is a group of individuals that this person was using is now suddenly escaping, and that group of individual also has something against you. Okay, they it's not like they um it's like they know that approaching you, divine collective, like, they know that, there is no scope of hustle. You're really going to have to do the spiritual work, you're going to have to do the psychological work, you're actually going to have to do the physical work, you're going to have to study a lot, you're going to have to there is no pretending, there is no pretense with the the divine collective. That is what they've understood. Okay, look at that. And it's like uh, they they felt like, they could be in your life and get something materialistic, and they could stop your progress and make you turn around and look at them. Okay, this is what they felt like, if they screamed louder, if they made a scene, or if they did something, like, they could draw your attention to them. Look at that. I mean, you can't escape the cards. I shuffle this deck in front of you, right? So we have the Page of Pentacles here. And again, like, they thought they could get, like, every time they looked at you, they saw that this picture of this coin, like, becoming real. Like, they thought that, they're just going to keep getting handouts after handout. Every time they any time they thought about you, they were like, okay, I'm going to get divine collector's attention, I'm really going to get their attention, because get their attention, I'm going to get the money, I'm going to get money, they're going to give me money, they're going to give me that job, they're going to do that. It's like, I mean, sorry, I'm being so theatric, but like, this is how this energy is coming in, and spirit is asking me to speak about this energy, because um well, guys, we gotta close the cycle, we gotta cut this out. And I think energetically, even mentally, like, telepathically, you might have communicated with these people, these individuals, that you never let's cut out the bullshit. Okay, like, I hear the divine collective going and saying, like, let's cut the bullshit completely. This, I'm giving you straight up, this is what you're meant to do in this lifetime. This is your role, this is the kind of soul you are, this is the kind of individual you are in terms of materialistic things. You It's impossible for me to give you a handout, because you are they are in a lack mentality. They are in, not just in the lack mentality, they are in a succubus mentality, literal succubus mentality. They want to siphon off of you, they want to they're only their only excuse is that, but I didn't steal from you, is how it's coming to me. But it's like, this person, these people, like, I see them sitting in, like, sitting in a bank, or around a bank, and just watching people, observing people, and how much money they take in and take out. And they just sit there fuming, I'm not stealing it, I'm not stealing it, all the while, like, eyeing somebody's wealth, constantly eyeing somebody's wealth. This person is nobody's friend. whatever they're talking is very, very extremely rehearsed. It's rehearsed. They're trained is I think by this King of Pentacles person. They are literally trained by this person to stop the access of stop the divine collective from accessing what is rightfully theirs, or to be able, they have been trained and groomed to basically stand in the way of the divine collective reaching their wealth, like literally, like they this person would they will be trained to come and approach your divine collective. You will discover very clearly, you will see these people, very clearly, whoever they are. The energy that is coming up right now will literally help you see these people very, very, very clearly. They were literally planted there. They were literally planted to sort of, I mean, I'm seeing like, a bunch of people who are like, when you go, this is how it started off when they were young, okay? This is how, they came from somewhere. They came from a very small town, or not town, like a village, a very, very remote, even if it was town or city, but they came from the ghetto, let's just say, okay? They came from the ghetto, and they were trained, they were taught to go around, like, let's say ATMs, okay? ATMs, and sit there, and whenever somebody withdrew some money, and then they were trained to basically shake that money out of that person's hand, or beg, or just eye it, or like or sell something to them and get that money, okay? Creating resistance, okay, and eyeing your money. This is what they were trained to do. Keep an eye on other people's money, and be not just any other people, okay? The divine collective, the chosen ones, or the helpers of the chosen one, like the extended circle of people around the chosen one, or the soul tribes of the chosen ones, okay? Create as much resistance as possible. So as these people grew up, they could be literally directly sent to speak. They were groomed so well that nobody would understand that they come from the ghetto. They might have even done the self-work, okay? This is somebody who's always been ready to do the self-work, and because they've always been ready to do the self-work, but the end goal is still very petty, okay? The end goal is still very immature. It's just that I know how much divine collective spends, what does a divine collective stuff cost, what did they how much do they earn, where do they earn from, and how much, they just want to see the monetary figures. All right, they just want to see the numerical values of things, and that's how they've been trained. So now there are there are two sides to their personality. They're just like this two things to their personality, and two parts to them. They are beyond those two things. They have nothing. They have everything else about them has uh, wicked at the premises. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Like, they just, everything about them, all the qualities that we have as a soul, as a human being, has just left them. The only two things they are is to create resistance, and to just keep an eye on divine collective's money, okay? So let's just get a couple of more cards here from another deck. Five of Wands. They've literally been trained. They have been literally trained to speak on a very highly like, they've been literally been made to learn from a very young age, like literally conversations, like, this is okay. So this is what I'm getting, like, this is a bunch of people who've been trained to speak and reel in wealthy individuals, like, well-to-do individual. And there are only very few who will get a chance to actually speak to one of the divine collective. Okay, and the divine collective, you will notice that there are a bunch of individuals who came through to you, who might have been your close friend. And even this person, divine collective, I'm getting this for a very few people. This individual might have also posed as your friend, okay, but you have no idea about the fact that, they have been the one, like, hoarding it. This individual, this King of Pentacles individual, I would like to add that this individual did, even though they came from a family oh, that has been responsible for wealth to generations after generations, they were trained, they did all of that studying, learning, they honestly pursued it. So their ancestors, as well as the elders in their family, might be extremely dominating and strict in their ways and not wanting to evolve, but not corrupt. They might be uh, quite outdated, and their belief systems and or their working with finances might be a little outdated, that becomes incriminating. It's incriminatingly backward is what I'm getting. So what this person did, like, this person actually said that, you are really backwards in the way you deal with stuff like, money, etc., investments and things like that. But in the meanwhile, all they were doing is they were just gathering people's accounts, wealth, like, getting uh, uh, create, like, just creating a portfolio of people and collecting it. Uh, their 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 assets, okay, their assets, and they put it in a place. Possibly this arrangement was already done. Then this individual has shaken all of their elders, and they said it's backward, which was correct up until that point. This person's intention was to create this. It was to create this, like, get these set of individuals who come from very poor backgrounds and places, like, underdeveloped regions of the city, of the state, of the country, okay, and then show them individuals who have that kind of privilege, okay, have that kind of privilege, and tell them that they are that sort of a friend that will help them get that sort of money that these wealthier people, more well-to-do people have, okay. It's just that this when they were younger, or when they were just initially introduced to the metropolitan culture, or a region where people had more facilities and resources given to them by, just because the city was set up like that, okay. Like, there are some places in the world that are just naturally very, very posh and well-to-do, and the life style over there is extremely opulent, okay, extremely luxurious, right? So this individual basically promised them that they will be exactly in the same level of privilege. And then when these people asked them how, this individual, this King of Pentacles individual, sort of introduced them to two methods. He basically told them that create resistance, do not let them reach that, because it's not their money, they've stolen it from somebody else. So you stop them, okay, and you keep an eye on their money, okay. So they just made them feel like there was just one big treasure trove of money, and people were just hustling, for lack of a better word, hustling, and they were just getting access to that money, okay. They were just getting access to that money. And while that might be a partial truth, why I'm saying partial is because, yes, there were a lot of people who had given this person based on their family's history of helping them out, and family ties, generation after generation, of managing wealth, okay, other people. So this is a wealth manager, okay. So that is where the corruption element comes in. So, because first of all, this big lie, and big lie, like teaching somebody a lie that every wealthy person, or people who are well to do, people who spend so much money, or above this limit, is corrupt, because they didn't do anything to earn that money. They just get it from somewhere, okay. They steal it from somewhere. They're corrupt. So you cause resistance in them, and you keep an eye on how they do it, because, and this is not to even inform the authorities or anything like that. This individual, this King of Pentacles individual, trained this person to just keep an eye on, and cause resistance, okay, cause resistance, and also keep interfering, constantly interfering with some sort of opinions, some sort of advice, some sort of so when we come so this is thinking deeply about balancing out, bringing some sort of justice in this. Divine Collective, you might be focused on how terrible this is. You might be thinking about these friends who were planted in your life, and you might be wanting to take a complete rest and purge that friendship, or those connections, or the interactions from your mind, okay. Complete interactions from your mind. These people are thinking very deeply, but there is literal massive limitations, because they have understood, they're coming to the realization, okay. They're literally coming to the realization, all right, that they've been fooled, and they're being used, okay. Their naivety, their innocence was used, and they've understood the kind of role that they've played, and the chaos that they've created in your life, Divine Collective, and they're wishing to go back to where they came from, but not without doing that one last thing, of creating that resistance and getting a handout from you, it literally can be even a pence or a penny. That's all I have for you. Take care, and thank